October 1st, 2017, Las Vegas. A city built on spectacle. Neon lights, high stakes, endless nights. That evening, more than 22,000 people gathered for the Route 91 Harvest Festival, a country music event on the famous Las Vegas Strip. Friends laughed, couples danced, plastic cups of beer clinked under the desert sky. It was supposed to be a perfect night. Then came the sound. At first, some people thought it was fireworks. But the popping sounds didn't stop. They sped up. Within seconds, confusion turned to terror as concertgoers realized the unthinkable. Someone was firing into the crowd. People dropped to the ground. Others ran for cover. Some tried desperately to help the wounded. The gunfire seemed to come from above, 32 floors above the Las Vegas Strip, inside the Mandalay Bay Resort and Casino. Authorities would later say the shooter was a 64-year-old gambler named Stephen Paddock. By the time the shooting stopped, 60 people were dead and hundreds more were injured. It was the deadliest mass shooting in modern American history. Police eventually forced their way into Paddock's hotel suite. Inside, they discovered a staggering arsenal of weapons, more than 20 firearms, thousands of rounds of ammunition, tripods, surveillance cameras mounted in the hallway. It appeared meticulously planned. But one question has haunted investigators and the public ever since. Why would a wealthy retiree with no criminal history commit such an atrocity? No manifesto, no political message, no warning. Nearly 8 years later, investigators still cannot provide a definitive motive. And that vacuum has given birth to something else entirely. Theories, speculation, conspiracies. Some say Stephen Paddock acted alone. Others insist the official story doesn't add up. Was he really the shooter? Were there multiple gunmen? Was something else happening in Las Vegas that night? Something the public was never meant to see? Today we take a closer look at one of the most debated tragedies of the modern era. According to investigators, Stephen Paddock checked into the Mandalay Bay Hotel several days before the attack. He requested a suite overlooking the concert grounds. Over the next few days, he quietly brought luggage into his room. Inside those suitcases were rifles. Authorities say Paddock used the "Do Not Disturb" sign to keep hotel staff away. He also installed cameras outside his room to monitor anyone approaching. On the night of October 1st, just after 10 p.m., Paddock smashed 2 hotel windows, and he began firing into the crowd below. Witnesses described what sounded like automatic gunfire. Concertgoers ran in every direction as bullets rained down. Police rushed to locate the source of the shooting. A hotel security officer encountered Paddock's room on the 32nd floor and was shot in the leg. Moments later, officers forced entry into the suite. Inside, they found Paddock dead from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. The investigation that followed was enormous. The Federal Bureau of Investigation spent months examining evidence, conducting interviews and reconstructing the timeline. Their conclusion? Paddock acted alone. But they also admitted something troubling. They never determined a clear motive. This is where the mystery begins. Most mass killers leave behind clues, ideological motivations. But investigators found none of that with Paddock. Friends described him as quiet but not violent. He was a high-stakes gambler, a former accountant, a man who lived comfortably off real estate investments. So what changed? Why did he suddenly orchestrate one of the deadliest attacks in American history? Even the FBI admitted they could not answer that question. And when there are no answers, people start looking for them elsewhere. In the hours after the attack, chaos ruled the Las Vegas Strip. Police scanners buzzed with reports of gunfire at multiple locations. Officers rushed to casinos up and down the Strip. Witnesses told reporters they heard gunshots coming from different directions. Some people swore they saw muzzle flashes from other buildings. Others claimed the gunfire. Investigators say the confusion was the result of panic and the echoing sounds of gunfire bouncing off buildings. But for some people, the early police reports still raise questions. Another theory that gained traction online suggests the gunfire may have come from a helicopter. Some videos taken during the attack appear to show lights moving in the sky. Conspiracy researchers claim these were helicopters firing into the crowd, but aviation records show several helicopters were in the area that night, primarily news helicopters and law enforcement responding to the emergency. Investigators say there is no evidence that shots were fired from aircraft. Still, the idea continues to circulate in online discussions. Perhaps the most dramatic theory surrounding the Las Vegas shooting involves Middle Eastern royalty. According to this theory, a Saudi prince was staying at a nearby hotel that night. Some conspiracy commentators claim the shooting was actually a diversion for an assassination attempt. The theory suggests that rival factions within Saudi Arabia attempted to eliminate the prince. There is no verified evidence supporting this claim, but it spread rapidly across the internet in the days following the attack. And for many people, the theory seemed to explain something. Supporters of this idea point to several unusual aspects of the case. For example, Paddock owned dozens of firearms, yet friends and family said he had never shown violent tendencies. He also had no obvious political or ideological motive. Some conspiracy theorists speculate that he may have been involved in illegal arms deals or even covert intelligence work. Again, investigators found no evidence to support these claims, but the speculation continues. Shortly after the shooting, news broke that one of Paddock's brothers had been arrested. His name was Bruce Paddock. Bruce Paddock was arrested on charges related to child pornography. The case had no connection to the Las Vegas shooting. Still, the coincidence fueled online speculation that there might be more to the story. Even years later, several aspects of the case still spark debate. How did Paddock move so many weapons into a major casino hotel without raising alarms? Why did he choose the Route 91 Harvest Festival as his target? Why did he install surveillance cameras in the hallway? And perhaps most importantly, why did he do it? Without a motive, the story feels unfinished. And unfinished stories invite speculation. So now we turn the case over to you. Here are 5 questions that continue to spark debate. How did Stephen Paddock transport so many weapons into a luxury hotel without detection? Why did investigators never discover a clear motive? Were the early reports of multiple shooters simply confusion or something more? Could Paddock have received help from someone else? Or is the lack of answers simply causing people to see conspiracies where none exist? The tragedy that unfolded in Las Vegas on October 1st, 2017 changed hundreds of lives forever. Investigators say the case is closed. The shooter was Stephen Paddock. He acted alone, but the absence of a clear motive has left many people searching for answers. Some believe the official investigation told the full story. Others believe there are still pieces missing. The truth may be complicated, or it may simply be something we will never fully understand. What do you believe? Was the Las Vegas massacre the act of a lone gunman? Or is there more to the story than we've been told? If you were a detective given this case, then what are the facts telling you? Leave a comment telling what you really think happened. This has been Murders, Mysteries, and Conspiracies. And as always, keep your head on a swivel and question everything.